I welcome you to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how we can start planning our building. In the last video, we looked at how to set our dimension, how to create our levels, and how to set our walls. And I told you that we were going to use this building as our case study. So we are going to, in this training, we'll be modeling this particular building, and this is the rendered image. And let me show you the architectural 3D is open at the background. This is the floor plan, then this is the 3D. So we are going to model something like this, and without wasting your time, let's get started. I'm going to close any hidden window. I've already opened the file we want to use today at the background, and this is it here. I'm going to open it, and this is where we stopped in the last video. Okay, to start our planning proper, I am going to go to the ground floor level, and this is it here. We have already set our wall. Okay, so we get into planning the building right away. And the last video I sent to you was about how to create your shortcut, and I believe you must have watched that video, because we are going to be using a lot of shortcuts here, hotkeys. So if you have not yet watched that video, make sure you go back to your email and check that mail I sent to you, so that you can watch that video and understand the interface, the Revit interface, and the shortcuts. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get started. And I am going to hold on my control and drag to copy this wall, and that is that. Then I'm going to hold control and drag this to copy it, and I am going to assign dimension here. If I like, I can continue this dimension, selecting it and clicking on edit witness line, so I can place another dimension here. And I am going to establish this length. This length is 11,518. We have gotten that. The next thing is to establish the width. The width is 6,185. So I'm going to place another dimension here, and there are so many ways I can go about that. I can use shortcut DS. Once I press DS, you see that dimension is active already, and that is the shortcut I've created for myself, DS as dimension. So I'm going to place a dimension here, and I need to select the dimension we have created earlier in our previous video. The dimension we created was floor dim. This is it here. So I'm going to place that particular dimension, and the dimension we want here is 6,185. 6185. and I press enter, and that is established. That is the main lounge. Okay, then I will need to establish this toilet. There is a particular toilet that is here. I'm going to hold Control and copy this, then continue this dimension by clicking on Edit Witness Line, then select this particular wall and establish the width of the toilet. The width of the toilet is 2400 mm, and I'll press enter. And the width of a room we have here, we have a room here. The width is of this room is 6525. 6525, and I'll press enter. Okay, we are moving. All right, the next thing I want to do is I will want to cut this. I want to define this toilet. So I'm going to select one of this wall and hit create similar, so that I create the similar wall. And I can also copy this one anyway. So I simply copy this, and here we go. To go out of that command, I will need to click on this modify, and alternatively I can also use the QW. You can see if I hover, you see QW there. That is my shortcut for going out of any command. So I'll use QW. I am out of the wall. Okay, so I'll need to trim this wall, and I will use shortcut TR as trim. Then I need to establish the length of the toilet. The length of the toilet is let's define is about 2000, or let's use 3000. Let's use 3000 mm. I'll press enter, and we have a wardrobe here. Our wardrobe here, the wardrobe is about 600 mm, and I select it, make it 600 mm, and I can place a line here. To create a line, I use shortcut as DL. DL is my shortcut for detail line. And that detail line can be gotten out of annotate. You see annotate here, you see detail line here. And what this line does is that it only show on this particular floor. Okay, so I've already selected that line. Let me go back, DL as line, and the line I want to use is a line which I've already created. Okay, I've not created that line before. Okay, there's a particular line I normally use, and let us go and create that line. So all we need to do is to go to manage, and we'll go to additional settings, and we'll go to line and styles, and you'll see new here. We click on new, and we give it a name as furniture, and click OK, and this is it here. The line weight, we'll use 2. We use 2 as the line weight. Then the color, I would like to use brown. I like to use brown and click OK, and it is solid. That is all we need for now, and click apply. Click OK again. All right, so I want to draw that line now. I simply hit on my shortcut DL, and now I will be able to select that line here now. Okay, you can see that furniture is now here. So simply draw, and I want to fill this place by using array, and my shortcut for array, this is array by the way. You can see as I hover my cursor over it now, you can see AR. That is my shortcut. So I want to use that array, and I want to unselect group and associate. And the number I want to use is 10. And I will take it to the last. Then just select the first one and take it to the last. Here you go. So we have our wardrobe there. Okay, we are moving. Okay, the next thing we want to do is to establish our ante room. We want to establish our ante, and I'm going to place a dimension. The width of the ante is 2100, and we are going to go inside by 600 mm. It's 600 mm, and I want to trim all these 600 mm. The in to in is 600 mm, so I'm going to select this wall and click on the dimension, then change it to 600 mm, and here we go. Okay, that is where we have our entrance steps, and just beside the ante room we have the toilet. We have the WC for visitor, and the depth of the ante room is 2200 mm. So I'm going to select this and type 2200 mm and press enter. Then I want to use trim to trim all this wall, and my shortcut for trim is the one I want to use here is extend, and my shortcut is EX. By the way, this is the extend we are talking about. This is the extend we want to use in this case. So I'm going to click on this line and click the back of it. Okay, you can see how it works. All right, that is done. Then I want to trim this as well. Hit EX, then click the back of it, and that wall is trimmed. And I also want to trim this. Click on empty space and click here, then click the back of it, and I want to cut off all these. I'll use the same extend, click where I want it to go, and click the back of it, click the back of this one, and we have our WC here, and we need to establish the width of the WC. The width here will be 900 mm, and I'll press enter. Then we have a room here, we have a guest room here, so I need to establish the width. The width of that room is 5091. So first I need to establish the dimension and place the dimension here. Select this wall that I want to move, then change the dimension to 5091 and press enter. Then we want to establish the length of this room. We will hold on Control to copy this wall and select dimension, or we can continue this dimension and click edit witness and continue the dimension like that. Okay, now let's establish the width of that room. The width of that room is 3900. So I select this particular one I want to move, this particular wall I want to move, then change this dimension to 3900 and press enter. That is that. And we have a staircase somewhere here, and the width of that staircase is 2400, and I select this particular wall I want to move and type 2400 here, and that is that staircase for you. And we need to remove this, we need to trim this one off. I'm going to use extend EX. You can see it's already active, and that is that. Then at the back here we have kitchen here, we have maid room here. So I need to copy, hold on my Control to copy this wall, to place a wall there, and the width of that maid room is 5200 mm, and select this wall I want to move, type 5200 here and press enter. Okay, then the maid has his toilet here, and the width of the toilet is 1200 mm, and select it, type 1200 mm and close it up. Then use TR to trim all this one. TR, that is this particular trim, and we are moving. So we have established the maid room. This is the kitchen here. The next thing we want to create is we have a veranda somewhere here, and we have stores somewhere here. So I'm simply going to copy this wall, holding on Control and drag. Then I'm going to place my dimension into in here. We have 1200 mm select this wall I want to move, type 1200 mm and press enter. That is that. And I am going to copy one of this wall to here so that I can establish the store. If the width of the store is 1800, it's not bad. 1800. Then I can copy this wall to somewhere there and use extend to bring this one there, and click empty space, click here, click here. Okay, then I need to get rid of this wall by clicking on this point, then click on this way. Then I need to get rid of this, click empty space, click here and click the back of it. All right, then here we have a recess here, and that will make me to trim this one off. And the tool that I can use to cut this particular one off, I want to cut here. The tool I will use is split. You can see split here. That is the tool I can use in this case. So I'm going to cut here and cut here. Now it's already cut. I need to exit from this command. So I'm going to click on this to exit and select it, delete it, then use trim to clean it up. Oh yes, that is that. Then this is going to be our veranda. I need to trim this one by using trim. Okay, that is that. So there is a small recess somewhere here. So, and because of that recess, I am going to cut this wall and move everything from here to here so that we'll be able to have that recess. I use SL, that is the shortcut for split, and I'm going to use delete inner segment, then remove this. The reason is so that I'll be able to move all this wall, because if I don't cut it, I will not be able to, this one will move along with it, and I don't want this one to move along with it. So I highlight everything from here and move it by 1200 mm and press enter. Then I can copy this wall and extend it, then close this one up, TR and TR. Okay, then what is the distance between here and here is 2100 mm. Select it, make this one 2100 mm and press enter. Okay, now we have our recess. Then I need to split here. I use SL, split here, then use extend to clean that place up. That is that. And we're almost done. We need a toilet for this room. and I'm going to grab my wall and select create similar. Then I can use trim to clean this one up. Now I have the toilet for that room. I need to move this place backward a little bit because this room is not proper like this. So I'm going to move all this place by 1200 mm and press enter. So that this is what we have in this room. Okay, this room is okay, let's leave it at that. This is our kitchen, this is our store, and this is our main lounge. This is where our dining will be. This is staircase. We have everything now. We have everything. The next thing we will need to do is to place our windows and doors. Okay, before I place windows and doors, I want to open this staircase area, and I'll use SL. That is split. SL is split here. That's my own shortcut. You can create your own. Use EX to clean this place up. Okay, now that is that. Our plan is for the ground floor plan is almost complete. The next thing we want to do is to place our doors, and the shortcut I normally use for door is DR. The moment I select DR, see door will be out. And another way you can do it is go to architecture, you see door, but that will be a long way. I prefer to use shortcut. And this door we have here, the one I want to use is 900 mm by 2100 mm. So I want to edit it, edit type, and because I don't want to, I don't have anything to do with this original one, I will simply rename it and type 900 mm, 900 by 2100 or 2100 mm, and click OK. So I've renamed it now. I've renamed the original one because as far as this folder is concerned, I don't have anything to do with that, so I don't need it anymore. So I'm going to change the parameter now to 2100, that's 2100, and the width will be 900 mm, and click on apply, click OK, and I am going to use that door at so many places. All these places we have those door, I'm going to place them to the kitchen. From dining to the kitchen, we can also get to this room here. We can get to this toilet somewhere here, and we can go out of the kitchen. Now you see, if I want to toggle this, what I use is space bar. If I click on space bar, you can see the door is turning. If I click again, I click space bar again, you can see how it is turning, and I'm sure you get that. So I want to establish this the door to this store. Can I place it here? Let me try it. Okay, and I think it's not enough. Let me use dimension to shift it a little bit. Okay, so I want to shift this wall something like 1000 or 900. Let's use 1000 so that we can have architrave, and use arrow key to move this one up a little bit. Now this is our store. Hey, the kitchen is looking small. Let me undo that so that I'm going to remove this wall, this door from there. You can use pick a new host so that I place it here, so that the kitchen, we can have our wash and basin somewhere here. Okay, that is better. All right, we have, this is our veranda, this is our store, and this is our maid room. The maid will access her room from outside here, and this is the door to her toilet. And we have almost all the doors. The only one that is remaining now is the main door, and the door I want to use is not in this folder, because if I select door now, let's save our work, that particular one is not in this folder. So what I would do is to go and load it from another project. I want to load that external door, that double door, from another project. So what I will do is, that project is already open at the background. You can see it here, switch windows. Sometime it may not be here, depends on the version of Revit you are using. Some are at the top here. If your own is at the top, it's okay. Okay, this is the file we want to use. And okay, this is the store we were talking about. Okay, the door was actually here. Okay. So we are going to update that so that we can have a longer worktop somewhere here. The door can even be here, it's better. Okay, now let's copy the door we want to use. This is the door we want to use. This is it here. You can see it. It's one of the door that I created some time ago in the past. So I want to use that. I will select it. There are two ways you can go about it. You can select it, edit family, and load it into the project. Select the project we were working on before and click OK. That way it will be loaded into this project. You can see it here. Then another alternative you can use is to go to that file. I go to this file. I want to copy this door to the next project, but door does not go alone. Door go with its host. So any family that I want to copy to another file, there are some families that do not stay alone, that must go with its host, and things like door must go with a host. What is a host to the wall, to the door? What is a host to the door? The host to the door is wall. So if I want to copy this wall to another project now, what I will do is to select this wall and copy it. Copy to clipboard, then go to my project I was working on and paste. paste the word somewhere there. Bam, you can see the door has come along with it. So these are two ways you can move family that has to do with a host from one project to another project. Okay, now let's select this door and select create similar and place that door here. Okay, so we have our doors now. We have our doors, and the next thing we will be doing is to place our windows, and annotation to write the names of the spaces. Okay, that is the much we can do in this video, and I hope you learned something from this video. If you do, don't forget to give me a feedback so that I will be encouraged and know that some people are benefiting from this training. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Bye.